What's up, guys out there on YouTube? It's your boy Will, back at it again with more magic for you, more Magic Arena videos. This time M20 has just been released a little bit ago on Arena, so we're gonna be playing some new decks on Standard, and I've got a nice one for you today. This is, of course, Vampires. As you can see, this is an archetype that kind of never really quite got there up until recently, but has been kind of revitalized thanks to this guy, Sorin, Imperious Bloodlord. New Planeswalker from M20, 2 and a black for a 4 loyalty Planeswalker, already off to a good start. He has a lot of relevant abilities, so we'll start with at the top. +1, target creature you control gains Death Touch and Lifelink until end of turn. If it's a vampire, put a 1/1 counter on it. Very nice, lets you get through damage pretty easily. +1, you may sacrifice a vampire. When you do, Sorin Imperious Bloodlord deals 3 damage to any target and you gain 3 life. So sack a vampire token, get a lightning helix, not too shabby. And then his last ability, -3, you may put a vampire creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. So this allows us to play cards like Champion of Dusk, Sanctum Seeker, Lenda, more expensive vampire cards that we wouldn't normally be able to play in an ordinary aggro deck. Sorin enables that, so pretty sweet. This list is based mostly off of Jim Davis's list that he most recently posted. Thanks, Jim Davis. You rock as always. And we are playing more or less the same list with a couple changes, mostly because of, unfortunately, card availability. As just the set has just kind of come out, we don't have a lot of wild cards left over from last set. So if we do like this deck is sweet, might wind up crafting some of those things. But going through the deck briefly, we have some other new cards as well. Knight of the Ebon Legion is a nice 1-drop, 1/2 Vampire Knight, 2 and a black. Knight of the Ebon Legion deals +3/+3 and gains Death Touch on the turn. Nice little mana sink right there. And then at the beginning of your end step, if the player lost 4 or more life this turn, put a 1/1 counter on Knight of the Ebon Legion. So this thing starts growing pretty quickly, and it's a sweet one. Nice new upgrade for the Vampire deck. Notably absent is the 1-mana 2/1 Vampire that you would normally see. Has Ascend, gets you to make it a flower when it ascends. What's that damn thing called? Skymarcher Aspirant. Notably absent from Jim's list of Skymarcher Aspirant. So I'm going to see how that works out. I feel like it should be in the deck, but we'll see. We're just going to stick with mostly what Jim's got as is for now. Moving down the line, Vicious Conquistador. Another decent 1-drop, good attacker. Legion's Landing, of course. Y'all probably know what this one does. Great at making tokens and, you know, in a control matchups, lets you kind of keep up on the card advantage. We got a Danto Vanguard. This thing's hard to kill. Nice attacker. Dust Legion Zealot, keep the cards flowing. This one's interesting. Oathsworn Vampire is a 1-of in this list. You may cast them from your graveyard if you gain life this turn. Pretty solid with our Sorins. Legion Lieutenant, nice little lord for our vampires. Gives all our dudes 1/1/1/1. Cast down for some interaction. Maverin I like as a way to generate tokens for Sorin's second +1 ability, which is pretty nice. So whenever one or more non-token vampires I control attack, create another 1/1 vampire creature token. Then we got Sanctum Seeker, which is kind of like a that 4-mana thing from the Innistrad block. Can't remember the name of it, but it allows you to deal massive amounts of damage with your vampires on attacking. Then we've got Lenda the Dusk Rose, a nice way to get a whole bunch of 1/1 counters in this thing when all your little dudes die, and then when she dies, you create even more. She explodes into a bunch of vampires. Pretty sweet one. And then Champion of Dusk. Oh, sorry, Sorin Vengeful Bloodlord. Another Planeswalker for you. As long as your turn creatures you can Planeswalkers control have lifelink, you can plus them to deal 1 damage to player or Planeswalker. And then the -X is kind of where we're juicy, or where we're mostly using this guy. Nice juicy ability. Return to the battlefield. Return any creature with converted mana cost X from your graveyard to the battlefield. That creature is a vampire. Oh, I can't talk tonight. And then, you know, smattering of lands, black-white lands, unclaimed territory for vampires. Notably, no Temple of Silences in this list. You want to be off to a fast start, making sure you can cast your 1-drops on curve and your 2-drops and so on and so forth. So no tap lands in this deck. And the sideboard is kind of something I threw together. Jim's list did not have a sideboard, as this was from the M20 event, the streamer early access event. So I kind of just cobbled this together. A couple duresses for the control matchups, Baffling Ends for your small creature matchups. Devout Decree is one of the new color hosers. Exile target creature or planeswalker that's black or red, scry 1 for 1 and a white sorcery. Sorcery's not great, but this is solid against all the Chandras that you're going to probably see in the format. Also, any of the bigger creatures like Omnaths or Phoenixes. This is a nice one to have. Takali Honor Guard's also great against elementals. A lot of them do have ETB effects, so it's kind of a nice one to have. And also just good against like Explore decks, things like that. Legion Zen, good against tokens. This can kind of just wipe their board, and then if you are lucky enough to get a 2-for-1 on a real card, sometimes you can actually steal the cards from their hand or their deck. This thing basically just removes that card from the table, and it's kind of sweet. New one from M20. Then we got Moment of Craving for those, oops, let's scroll down a bit. Moment of Craving for those pesky red decks and other aggro decks. Noxious Grasp, solid against Nissa decks. Destroy those green planeswalkers. Also solid against like Teferi and things like that because of the white in there. And then last but not least, we got Conclave Tribunal. I opted for Conclave Tribunal over Ixalan's Binding in this instance because I figure we're going to have a lot of different small creatures. We don't play a ton of lands. We got like 23 in this, which I think is actually a little too many. But Conclave Tribunal is going to be easier to cast than Binding, even though I think Binding is a better card. So we're going to try this out. This sideboard is by no means, perfect, but we're going to give it a go, and then we'll make changes afterwards. Maybe y'all can let me know in the comments. But yeah, without further ado, I think I have talked long enough. Let's get our Vampires 1.5 on in the traditional rank queues. Let's do this thing. All right, game one. We are up against... I think opponent's name is Senpai. Notice me, Senpai. All right, waiting on our opponent, so we are on the draw. Let's see what our hand brings us. And I think this one's fine. We can cast basically everything, and we find a land, we can get the Sorin down. So I'm down with it. I'm gonna keep the 7. Looks like our opponent might have kept as well. Or maybe they're on a mulligan and they're just doing their London mulligan. Which, by the way, London mulligan, good stuff. I enjoy it so far. If you haven't tried it, definitely give it a go and let me know what you think. And let's see what our opponent is up to. Tap Talus Fountain. All right, could be Bant or maybe Esper. My best guess. Let's go for a Vicious Conquistador, Swamp on the draw. So this Sorin's coming down on time. Like to see that. Next turn we'll cast probably Legion Lieutenant and get in for hopefully 3 damage. We'll see what our opponent's up to. All right, looks like they're on Bant. And Llanowar Elves. Llanowar Elves on turn 2. Never something you want to see. All right, Unclaimed Territory. Vampire. Legion Lieutenant. Get in there, big guy. And let's see what our opponent has for us in the next turn. Very possible we see a Teferi, but hopefully not. Teferi can be a tough one to deal with, as many of you already know. Let's see, they got 4 mana, Prison Realm. All right, gonna take out our Legion Lieutenant, presumably. And they get their Scry on. So the question is, next turn, do we cast Sorin, Imperious Bloodlord and pump up the jam, or do we play Maverick Fane, attack, get a token, so the next turn Sorin, Imperious Bloodlord has some sacrifice fodder for this opponent? And that's a good question. I think what I actually would like to do is go ahead and get Maverick Fane down. Tap Conquistador, get a token, trigger on the attack, get in for another 1. Opponent down to 15. And if they find a land, we could see a Nissa this turn. Incubation Druid. All right, this looks like kind of old school Bant mid-range or Bant manipulation. I'm pretty familiar with this deck, so hopefully we should be able to deal with what they're doing. And I think stunting their ramp, since they are stuck on 3 lands, is going to be useful here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sacrifice the token, kill the Druid, and we're going to attack for a whole bunch here. Another token. Incidentally, also a great blocker to keep your Sorins alive. That's why I do like Maverick Fane in conjunction with Sorin. Opponent down to 11. And they're not in a great spot here, which is good for us, of course. Ooh, let's see. Teferi, okay. What does Teferi do? Does Teferi Plus? Does Teferi Bounce? Looks like we're going Bounce here.
I'll protect you.
All right, so here we go. Question is, I could go ahead and plus on the token, attack both at Teferi, and then actually here's what we should do. Let's play this to untapped. I'm gonna cast Elenda. I'm going to plus on the token. All attack at Teferi. Let's get this thing off the board. There's an argument I could see for just attacking everything to OP. Teferi's not doing a ton at the moment. We have no instance in our hand other than this cast down. Nothing we really want to cast down yet either. And our opponent's it has a fairly low life total. But I figure just getting Teferi off the board is probably a reasonable choice here. And they can't stop this, so...
This is hardly my worst defeat.
I think Elenda's going to start getting crazy next turn, potentially. Alright, there's that Nissa we were looking for.
I will aid you.
See where our opponent goes with this. Are they going to animate and attack, I'm guessing? Attacking sword's not too bad, because this thing's all plus, baby. This thing just attacks, attacks, and attacks, so... no worries. No blocks. Alright, cool. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and cast Maverick Vein. I'm going to cast down this land here. Nice little Stone Rain action for our opponent. This might prompt a concession. We'll see. Ooh, nothing. Okay. Gonna plus on our Vicious. I'm gonna attack everything in Nissa. Get it off the table.
The land will not forsake you.
And once again, we are in excellent shape. Elenda is gonna keep growing. Elenda also goes great with Sorin, incidentally, on their sacrifice ability, which is pretty nice. Ooh, a new M20 card. This card is very good. Cavalier of Thorns. Gonna go searching for lands, but looks like our opponent decided to pack it up and go to game 2. Alright, so what do we know about our opponent's deck? Well, they are, looks like a Bant Ramp deck. So we're gonna want ways to deal with their stuff. I like Noxious Grasp. I like Baffling End. I like Conclave Tribunal. And I think I like... do we like the Dekali Honor Guard? From what I know about this deck, maybe. It does technically stop the Cavaliers from triggering, so that could be a consideration. And everything else, probably not necessary. Legion's End doesn't hit too much. I mean, it does kind of hit their mana dorks, I suppose. But so does Baffling End. And Baffling End has the other utility of hitting things like the Reef creature, the new Elemental. That's a good question. I think we'll just do like this. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and cut these Sorins. Sorin, we don't necessarily need the reanimation that much, so he's not tremendously useful in the matchup. They're not playing a ton of removal, and in fact, most of what they're doing is probably going to be taking control of our creatures or exiling them. So Sorin's not at his best in this matchup. I'll cut the Oathsworn Vampire to make room for the Tekatli Honor Guard. Let's see here, what else? We could cut some of these Dust Legion Zealots, and I think that's what we're going to go with. This card's just kind of low impact. We have all this good removal now. We have a bunch of other threats. We are lower on threats now that we've cut that, which does make our Maverins and like our Sorins and stuff a little worse, but we're going to be pretty interactive here. And let's see how this fares. Obviously, I haven't tested the matchup with this new list, so I'll just give it a go. All right, game 2 versus Senpai. Let's see what our opponent is up to. Game 1 went pretty well for us. All right. So this hand is interesting. We can't cast Legion's Landing on 1 as is unless we draw a white source off the top of our library. However, we can cast Adonto, we can cast Noxious Grasp, and some more lands will unlock these. I don't really want to mulligan. We are on the draw. I'm just gonna keep this one. It's not amazing, I won't lie. It's not incredibly exciting. It's not super fast either, but I think it might be worth it to keep this one. So we didn't find the white source, which means I'm just going to go ahead and play this swamp. There's a chance we want something like Disfigure, so because Disfigure got reprinted in M20. Disfigure does just hounf these Llanowar elves pretty nicely. Alright, Leafkin Druid. And that would have been nice on turn 1. Question is, do we want to Noxious Grasp one of their dorks? I don't think so. I think I'd rather destroy something with more high impact. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw down a territory, name a Vampire, a Danto Vanguard onto the battlefield, passing the turn. And let's see if they cast something like a Cavalier, the Green Cavalier here. Ooh, Nissa, okay.
We will not fail.
So we can get rid of that with Noxious Grasp. Unfortunately, we are going to take 3 here. No blocks. Alright, my turn. So, let's see here. I can go ahead and play my land, get Legion's laying down, and then Conclave Tribunal, the Nissa. Could be worthwhile. I could go ahead and Noxious Grasp, play Legion's Landing, attack, get it for some damage. I think both of those are more or less the same, although this one does get us to potentially deal more damage. So, sure. Let's go ahead and make that play. And I'm going to go ahead and attack first. And let's see what they decide to do. They probably just take it. I would imagine anyway. Okay. Taking 3. Cast Legion's Landing. Get a token. And then Noxious Grasp, destroying the Nissa. And we'll do that on our turn, even though it is an instant. Just to make sure they don't have like negate or some random counterspell that we wouldn't know about. We didn't see any counterspells in game 1, and I don't suspect they'd bring them in this matchup particularly, but... Our kitty wants some love. This is new in the Mastery Pass, which you all can pick up for, can't remember how many gems, but you basically get a bunch of extra rewards for winning games and other things. And you get this kitty cat. And sometimes she meows at you to ask for pets. Okay, so it looks like our opponent is either stuck or they have like a Frilled Mystic or something. Let's see. Vampire. My guess is like Frilled Mystic. I'm gonna go ahead and just attack. See what they do. No play is a little scary. I guess I'm just gonna run it out and see what happens. All right, well, we didn't get punished. I think what I do here now is I'm going to sack this token, destroy their land. We gain some life back, which is pretty nice. And now they're stunted on lands. Their next threat, we can Tribunal. Ooh, okay, looks like they might be stuck. I'll go ahead and put a counter here, and let's get to attacking. Now we're on the offense. This feels like we're in a good spot, so long as they don't find more lands to cast things. So they're just taking the damage. Danto Vanguard. We could potentially just Conclave Tribunal one of their dorks. And that ensures like no Nissa shenanigans or like Cavalier or anything. Alright, let's do it. Target Leafkin Druid. And that might have been a little aggressive, but I don't know. I think it might be an alright play. Let me know in the comments. But we won anyway. Sweet. So game 1 down. We'll play, like I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the video, we're gonna play 5 matches. So buckle up and we'll keep going. That was game 1 or match 1. And we got a whole bunch of stuff. So if you get the Mastery Pass, you do get rewards as you play, which is pretty nice, and I think it's worth it. Let's just check out what we got. Why not? Little pack opening for you guys. Tail's End. 1 in a blue for instant counter target activate ability, triggered ability, or legendary spell. Kind of like a weird fixed stifle, I guess, for standard. Not the most exciting thing in the world, but here we are. Then my cat just ran across the room. Hope you guys didn't hear that. Anyway, Vampires 1.5, match 2. Let's do it. All right, match 2. On the play for this one, up against Optimus Rhyme, I think it was. All right, this hand is a little land heavy, and we don't have anything to follow up this Vicious Conquistador with, which is a little unfortunate. But these are good cards. We have all of our colors. We have no issues, so I'm gonna just keep this one. All right, Unclaimed Territory, naming Vampire, of course. Vicious Conquistador, Sego. Let's see what our opponent is up to over there. Another Breeding Pool deck. Okay, these things are pretty popular right now, it seems. Go ahead and play Plains. Dust Legion Gel, nice card to draw there. Bridging the gap between our 2s and our 3s. And let's get him for 2. Trigger on the Conquistador. Attacking for 1. And we're off to the races here. Next turn, depending on what they do, we could play Sorin, maybe kill a Dork. Alright, we can't kill this Dork, unfortunately. It does have X-Proof. So if that is the case, I think what I like to do is go ahead and get Mavrin down. And start going ham. Both these tokens and the Dust Legion results offer nice sacrifice fodder for these Sorins, so liking where this is headed. Let's see what our opponent is up to next. Looks like there might be solid blue-green this time instead of Bant. And there's a number of these decks going around. Jadelight Ranger. All right, this is a little bit new, perhaps a more mid-range version of the deck. We're gonna get to kill this one with our Sorin. 3 Sorins. A little bit awkward, but what we can do.
I have not survived.
All right, let's sacrifice a Dust Legion Zealot. This one doesn't have lifelink.
Lifeblood is sweet.
Trigger, trigger. He might just block on the Mavrin Fane. There's a good chance he does that, actually. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked the Mavrin there. Yeah, perhaps that was a mistake. But that is 1 less mana for them, actually, so maybe they don't get to play Nissa this turn. I do still think that might have been a misfire. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and just kill this one too.
The blood is the life.
Keep on just getting rid of their stuff. Cast Oathsworn Vampire. Land. I'm just gonna pass. So now we can start potentially sacrificing this thing and just recasting it, which is kind of sweet. Next turn, we're attacking for 5 on the ground, it looks like. And here comes Nissa.
Seek shelter in my stewardship.
As expected.
Rise, my elemental.
Guess we're gonna get to start destroying their lands at the very least.
Show some respect.
All right, so this turn now, let's see here. Can we kill them? I think so. Right, so we sacrifice the token, kill this, get in for 4, then play 2 more swords, sacrifice the creatures, lightning heals. That works, right? Sacking.
The blood is the life.
Destroy this. All right, let's go to combat. Attack opponent. Sorin? Yes. MTG Arena. I would like to play that Sorin.
I amount to nothing beyond my own.
Sack a Vampire. Oathsworn.
Thank you for your service.
Land. Sorin again. We're a burn deck now.
Innistrad immediately. Or you. Thank you.
Kill the opponent. Game 1 down. All right, so we're up against some sort of blue-green deck, guessing like a manipulation deck as well. I kind of want to sideboard the same way we did last time. Takali Honor Guard seems like it's going to be good in this matchup. I like Noxious Grasp. I like Baffling End and Conclave Tribunal. Cutting Oathsworn Vampire, cutting the Sorins. Taking out the Dust Legions. And trying it like this. Going to game 2. Ooh, itchy. Okay. This thing keeps unattaching to my chair. There we go. Let's kind of roll this down a bit. Beautiful. All right, this is not a hand we can realistically keep, I don't think. Even on the draw, Vicious Conquistador, sure, turn 1, but then turn 2, if we miss on a land, we're just kind of screwed. So I'm going to mulligan this one, although I think it is close. And this hand is abysmal, but I'm not mulliganing again. I super don't want to go to 5. We at least can cast down potentially something of note. This Sorin is notably much worse when you don't have vampires in play. So that is potentially a reason to mulligan this hand. I'm going to keep this, though. It's a pretty risky one, but I think mulliganing to 5 is even riskier. Let's see our opponents on a mulligan as well. And at the very least, we are on the draw. They top their scry there, and not a bad card to draw off the top of our library, though. Legion's landing in and saying go. And let's see what they found. Incubation Druid. So that one we can cast down if we want. And I think I'm going to. This might be aggressive, but to be honest, they're a ramp deck, and if we can stifle their ramp as much as possible, it's pretty good for us. Thrashing Brontodon. Well, that'll probably take out our Legion's landing. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Bloodlord. I'm going to plus on the token. Get it for 2. Does my opponent realize I have Death Touch? I don't think he does. Or she. Don't think they realized they had Death Touch. This one's good, y'all. This one's very good. Yeah, they definitely did not. So I'll go ahead and cast the Adanto. Planes, and I guess we'll just plus on him. Can't attack quite yet, of course. Unless they have something instant speed. I'm not sure what it is, though. Growth Spiral, okay. Just trying to find something. Maybe they have lands in their hand they want to play. And they do. All right. Perhaps a little flooded. Let's see if they have, like... Okay, I was going to say, do they have something along the lines of mass manipulation for our Sorin? It doesn't look like they do, though. Let's go ahead and get Baffling End down. Take this out of the equation. Knight of the Ebon Legion. And they scoop it up. All right. So far, off to a great start, y'all. I mean, that's two down with not a lot of trouble. Opponent definitely had some awkward draws, I think, in that game, and they definitely missed the Death Touch on that Thrashing Brontodon block. But yeah, we'll take it. That's 2 down. On to match 3 with Vampires 1.5. Let's jam. All right, here we go. And we're on the play yet again for this one. And we have a solid keep. No 1-drops, but we have some good 2s into a 3 and a 4. I like it. All of our mana is available as well. We'll keep this one up against MVD 18. Nothing to play on turn 1, so I'll just go ahead and cast, or not cast, throw down the chapel, tapped, and say go. We got Swamp, Knight of the Ebon Legion. Ooh, is this the mirror? Very possible. If it is the mirror, I guess I'm going to go ahead and throw down the Adanto. There is a potential that they have removal. There's potential that they have the Lord and just attacking, which we have to take. I don't think we can realistically not take. Or, ooh, maybe not. Maybe not a a mirror. This looks to maybe be just black-red aggro. That Legion just has a good 1-drop for it. I can dig it. No 2-drop for our opponent, though. I'm going to go ahead and cast this Mavrin Fane. There's a chance they have removal here for the Mavrin, and this thing might not make it... I might not be able to get the token as it stands, but either way, that was probably going to happen to whatever we played next, if that's what they're keep it doing, so... Let's see what they do here. Alright, go into combat. There's no way they don't have a removal spell from Mavrin here. Yeah, there's the Lightning Strike. Alright. That was going to happen regardless of what we played. This uses our mana best this turn, so... Highest upside, I think, to playing the Mavrin in that instance. Opponent down to 17, we're at 19. And they found a Dreadhorde Butcher. Not the best, I will admit. Because that thing is going to keep growing and potentially be a way to kill something. I guess I'm just going to go ahead and throw down the Legion Lieutenant. And in this instance, we want to attack. We'll get him for 4, put him to 13. They attack back. Attacking with this, I'll probably block here. And then they might pump. Because I'm not blocking here, because they definitely just will pump the Knight of the Ebon Legion. This thing we can save with a pay 4 life, make it indestructible. Hard to say. This thing will grow regardless if we do that line, so I'm going to go ahead and attack. It would have been nice to find the 4th land there, I think. Played maybe double Legion Lieutenant or something. But it's okay. Opponent on 4 lands now. And they're just going to do that. Very interesting. So we could take up their whole turn. They don't get a pump or anything. Yeah, let's do that. I think I'm okay taking their entire turn to just kill my Legion Lieutenant, because that's not really ideal for them. They don't get a whole lot out of that, in my opinion. Okay. So here, I think I'm going to go ahead and just... Let's go ahead and cast Dust Legion Zealot. Drawing a card. That's what we wanted to see. Go ahead and attack with the Danto. No blocks. Like that. This thing have trample? It does not. Go ahead and get Legion Lieutenant down. Passing the turn. This way, if we can block with the Dust Legion Zealot on the Knight, potentially. Ooh, Rekindling Phoenix is pretty powerful, though. Okay, attacking here is pretty sweet. I'm gonna go no blocks. We take 2. It goes up to a 3/3, which isn't ideal, obviously, but I think we do need to start doing some other stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and... So, question is, do we go Elenda, or do we go Sanctum Seeker? Elenda is kind of nice because she'll grow, opponent takes some damage. Next turn, oh my goodness, my dog and cat are wilding back there. They'll take some damage. This thing will grow. It has lifelink, which is kind of nice. Next turn, Sanctum Seeker attack for a bunch. All right, let's do that. I'm gonna go ahead and attack with these 2. Sure, you got it. I will pay. Resolve all. Elenda grows. Land. Passing. We get another trigger off our Elenda with the token going out. Kind of sweet. And let's see what we can do here. I do kind of like Elenda potentially bursting so that Sanctum Seeker has a ton of vampires to trigger with. The opponent is attacking the Phoenix, get us down to 6, maybe? Yep, can't do anything about that. And Legion Warboss. Post-combat Legion Warboss. Okay, yeah, they didn't want to trigger off this Elenda. That makes sense. Yep, you got it. Alright. So now, if we attack, we get 4, we go back up to 10. Gain another 4. Yeah, I think I like this reasonably well. Attacking. 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 They're gonna have to make some blocks here. All right. So I think what we do here is we let this happen. If I take 4, go to 6. 3, I mean, that could kill us. We do gain 4 here. So I'm just gonna let this happen. We get a whole bunch of blockers. Only 3? Thought we were gonna get more than that. Wasn't it a 4/4? Oh well. 3's enough. 3's plenty here. Opponent scoops it up. I don't think we played extremely tight in that matchup, or just now, but I think it was okay. So now the Devout Decrees are gonna come in. I like Moment of Craving. I like Legion's End, potentially. And I like Baffling End and Conclave Tribunal. Plenty of removal for this opponent. Alright, so let's go ahead and cut these Dust Legion Zealots. Oop. Those sword might stand. We'll think about that one for a second. Because Legion's End can exile a lot of their threats. Well, actually, not even a lot of their threats. It doesn't stop the war bosses. It does hit the Dreadhorde Butcher. Other than that, though, it's not amazing. I'm gonna cut Champion Dust. It's a little slow, and it does lose its life when it enters the battlefield. They are an aggressive deck. I will cut the Elstorm Vampire just to get more stuff off. And then maybe we do just want to like cut our expensive cards. You know, maybe Legion's End's not doing enough. We haven't... Moment of Craving might be able to... and Cassidy might be able to do the same thing. Baffling and Devout Decree. We have a lot of removal. Maybe we don't need that much. Could be overdoing it. Not really sure. And we could cut Maverick Fane. They do have a lot of ways to just remove it. It's kind of slow on its own. These are the type of cards that you want to have more often than not, I think. Although maybe Sanctum Seeker is not where we want to be. I do like Elenda, though. I'll go ahead and cut... one landing. Try like this. Alright, game 2 versus MVD18, playing their Rakdos deck. See how the vampires can stand up to the Cyborg games. Alright, this hand has plenty of removal, some later game stuff, but nothing to do as far as like threats early on in the game. I think we still keep it, but it's not thrilling. Putting off to a slow start though, which is definitely what we want to see. think we do want to save the Devout Decrees for Phoenixes, so if they do play a Doho Butcher, Baffling Him will be the removal spell of choice. And it looks like they're going to hold up like Lightning Strike or something. Which we don't have anything to do, so... Fortunately, we get to waste their mana a bit here. Get a nice little tempo advantage, unless they want to just throw bolts at our face. Midnight Reaper. Alright. Again, nothing much to do here. I am going to Baffling on this, though. This thing gets a lot of card advantage, potentially. Just want to avoid that if possible. Knight of the Ebon Legion. Nothing too scary quite yet. Vampire. Could go ahead and play the Sorin, although I think I'll just get a Lenda down first. There's a chance it just eats a bolt or something, but we do get a token out of the deal. We definitely should have gotten... Alenda was a 4/4. We definitely should have gotten 4 tokens. I'm not sure what happened there exactly. Maybe y'all can refresh my memory, because it feels like we should have been able to get that back. Sorin does recur Alenda, although it does cost us our Sorin. Devout Decree, I mean, this can exile Bantu, but Bantu is gonna come back eventually. They don't love. Alright, well... I guess what we have to do here is just go ahead and Devout Decree this. They'll get it third from the top, most likely. Adonto is okay. I guess we'll keep it. Maybe they didn't find lands to to play with that.
I have not survived millennia to stand down now.
Passing the turn. Hopefully the Sorin lasts until our next turn. And they don't have like a Phoenix or something. Going for our face here. Let's see if they pump. No pumps, so they got something else they want to play. Rick Samadhi. Gonna pitch the hand and draw 3, so Bantu coming back potentially next turn. Alright, well. Vampire. Go ahead and throw down to Danto. And play other Sorin.
Strife makes monsters of us all.
And I think I will plus first.
Time for a drink.
One more counter here. Pass on the turn.
Taste of my power.
See if they find fit land number 5 for this Bantu again. It's coming eventually, so it's just a matter of time. Attacking me. Alright, well. I am going to have to do this, I think. We are potentially taking a whole lot of damage. They might just go with the pump. Yeah, just maximum damage. Looks like they didn't find the land for Bantu or anything else to cast, so maybe that's the plan. We're down to 11. We will gain most of it back, though. And land for the follow-up. Alright, so they did find the land, they just didn't want to do anything with it. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and get our Alenda back.
Accept the darkness within.
Plussing.
Stow a mighty curse.
Go ahead and... Let's see here. Do we want to attack? I think so. Get a bunch of life back. Not too worried about the Bantu quite yet. We'll figure out ways to deal with it. Lava Coil, though. That's a good one. That is a good one to deal with our Alenda for sure. And now we're going for what exactly? This Sorin? No need to pump if you're going to do that, opponent. I guess they're just doing it for funsies. You got it. Sorin down. And another knight. All right. Let's go ahead and Moment of Craving this guy. Plus our Sorin. Go attacking. OP at 9. Passing the turn. They can go ahead and get Bo3 down and start chucking things away so they can draw extra cards, which I think is a good plan for them. Possibly a good reason to have this be Ixalan's Binding instead of Conclave Tribunal is to make sure they can't just recast Bo3. And Dreadhorde Butcher, alright. And they're going straight face. I can dig it. Although, do we have them? So this becomes 6. We play Vicious Conquistador, sack it 3. Yeah, we got this one. Just pay 4. Opponent scoops it up. We got it. All right. Another one down. That's round 3. So far we played against Bant. We played against Simic and Black-Red Rakdos. Sort of aggro deck. Pretty cool. So far we're 3-0. Liking this deck so far. Let's go to round number 4. Vampires 1.5. Ooh, and we're already in. All right, let's do it. And let's see. We are on the draw for this one. Womp womp. Womp womp. And a solid hand. We'll keep this one nice and aggressive. Let's see what our opponent's up to. Forest Llanowar L is a classic start in this standard. Pretty much every deck is doing the same damn thing. Go ahead and get down. Let's see. This does a little more damage, I think. So we'll start off with this one. Has a little more potential, anyway. All right, Mountain Paradise Druid. Seems good. Opponent's on Gruul Rampy sort of deck. And they are deliberating an attack potentially. I'm not sure. Go ahead and swing in. See what they do. Yeah, I didn't suspect they would trade there. Adanto down, passing the turn. We could potentially see like Regisaur here. Ooh, Skargan Hellkite. All right, that's a good one, and it's a 5. Not gonna be able to get through that one easily. Land there would have been nice. I guess we'll go ahead and cast Dust Legion Zealot. This thing is gonna kill us pretty quick. Guess we'll go ahead and throw down another... Actually, let's go ahead and get down the Knight, the Avid Legion here. Can't attack through this Hellkite, so we're just gonna have to pass this one. Could we have found this deck's Achilles heel? Just giant dragons. Giant dragons might be our one true weakness. Looks like they're gonna go ahead and just activate, killing the Knight here. Seems reasonable. Yeah, taking 5. If we find a land, this Sorin is gonna do some work. Fortunately, we did not. Even still, though, this Sorin is gonna do a reasonable amount of damage here. I'm gonna plus on this Adanto.
Blood calls to your soul.
Gain some life back. Unfortunately, Sorin is gonna bite the dust if they want to go for the Hellkite, but we do have backup, and I'm actually happy not taking 5 next turn. So. Back up to 16. And next turn, it'd be really nice if we could get this Sorin down too. Uh-oh. Big mana. We got Domri into maybe another dragon.
It's a beautiful day for chaos. isn't it?
Could be problematic. Or maybe they're just attacking all of our face. Alright, Hellkite's gonna take down the Sorin. Seems reasonable. Maybe they also actually just wanted to use Sorin Hellkite's activated ability.
Obligations.
I could see that. Looks like that's what they're gonna try and do here. And I think if they do that, I am going to pay for life. We got on to 12, but we have backup to get all the life back potentially, so it's pretty big. Ooh, Phoenix though. Phoenix is really problematic here, I think. And maybe they want to fight or something. Just like kill something. Very interesting. I was really hoping they were just gonna try to activate Skargan. That's okay. Alright, they're gonna go for this play, it looks like. Meow, meow, meow. Alrighty. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I think I have to.
Ravnica deserves its demise.
Not much we can do about that one, to be honest. Okay. So now the question is, do we go ahead and play Legion's Landing, attack with everything? Because we actually could take out the Phoenix if we do that. Alright, let's go ahead and play Legion's Landing. I think I will swing with the squad at opponent. I guess we could have paid 4 there potentially. Probably should have.
Blood was my beginning, and it will be the end. What is one life to save many?
I mean, that does get rid of the Phoenix. We definitely should have paid 4 though. I think we made a mistake. Although actually, we might just be dead here. This is 9-11. No, they could put us to like 2, I think, if they just go all out of our face. They could potentially kill Sorin, with just their dorks.
We won't answer to other guilds.
This is a tough spot for us, I think. Their creatures are just much bigger than ours. Alright. They're gonna wipe our board here, it looks like. I think I'm okay with this. And where does Skargan Hellkite go? At Sorin. Alright, that makes sense.
Curse your bloodline.
This is tough, so... I don't have a ton of good options here. I can throw down Sorin, get something back. God, maybe the line should have been something different instead of killing Phoenix, although if we didn't kill Phoenix, we probably would have just died. This is a tough one. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just throw down a bunch of threats. They might just wipe my board again, which, I mean, there's not a whole lot I can do about that, but... At the very least, we have blockers for their ground forces. Opponent with 3 cards in hand.
Busting heads is my bread and butter.
Oh man. This deck needs more burn, baby, burn. Definitely smart of our opponent to kill our Sorin. That was probably one of our better outs. I think if I was in my hands, if the opponent's deck was in my hands, I definitely would have been tempted to simply I don't know, tap the opponent's face. Oh baby, okay. Oh wow, yeah. Opponent's throwing down the blocks. Down to 8 for us. And all we have is a Sorin. Like, I can plus on Sorin, put him to 5, then 4, but they block out, and then we just die. I don't think we have an out this game. I'm just going to go to the next one, not show him any more cards. That might have been our first loss? I can't remember. Anyway, alright, so I like Devout Decree once again. Conclave Tribunal, pretty solid. Noxious Grass, pretty solid. Baffling End, pretty solid. All these removal spells are very good in the format right now, I think. Go ahead and get rid of the Oathsworn. Get rid of these Dust Legions. They're a little slow and they tax our life total. I'll kick the Champion of Dusk. And I do think Sorin Vengeful Bloodlord's pretty solid here. Question is, what else do we cut? Perhaps Legion's Landing, and Sanctum Seeker does cost 4. We can get into play with Sorin, though, which is pretty nice. Maybe we just go down to 1 Sorin Vengeful Bloodlord. It wasn't, like, high impact there. We were super behind. Both Sorins are bad when you're behind, to be honest. But, I don't know. We got to cut something. I think that's where we want to be. So, let's go ahead and run it back like this. I like the potential of Alenda. I like the potential of Sanctum Seeker. I really want to try those cards. So far, I've not seen the Champion of the Dust Legion yet, so I haven't gotten to test that one out. Hopefully we can find it at some point. Of course, we took it out, so won't be able to see this particular matchup, but this is a pretty solid hand. We can't go Legion's Landing turn 1, but we can go Knight of the Ebon Legion, so we at least have a solid curve. Find a land for Sorin, we're solid, so let's do the damn thing. Go ahead and throw down our Knight. And next turn we could go Adonta Vanguard, activate just to get a trigger on the Knight of the Ebon Legion. Not the worst idea in the world. It does get it out of lightning strike range. Or not lightning strike range, shock range. Go ahead and attack. Yeah, why not? This might be like a really bad idea, but this will trigger the Knight, and we can start growing this thing. I think that's worth it. We can gain a lot of life back in this deck anyway, with like Sorin and stuff, so not too worried about it. Of course, if they go like Cruel Spellbreaker here, we are taking a decent amount of damage. Ooh, they're just going Lightning Strike. Okay. Lightning Strike kind of got us good there. That's all right. Perfect. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cast the Sorin. And we're getting all that life back. Danto down. Attacking for 4. Lifelink. Smashy smashy. Passing. And let's see what our opponent can present here. Hopefully something we can Devout Decree. A Phoenix would have been nice. We can kill this thing with Domri. Or we can kill the Domri with this if we want to.
You got it. Oh, I wish you could see your face while I'm
See if they protect Domri or not. Paradise Druid. Okay, so we're not going to be able to kill Domri outright. So I think I will still do this, though.
Our fiends thirst for life.
Attacking Domri. They're probably going to block. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll pay. Go ahead and get the Knight down. And you know what? I just realized we actually can't cast this Devout Decree. We don't have a white source. Ugh. That could potentially be problematic here. If they go like Skargan Hellcan, if we can't answer it immediately. Could be dangerous. Let's see. Looks like they're just going to Lightning Strike some stuff, which I approve of for sure. And we just need to find a plane, Scholar Shrine. Anything would be really great here. See if they have a threat they can present with their last 2. Doesn't look like it. Fantastic. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep it smashing at this Domri. They're gonna go for the block. Makes sense. We'll throw down another Danto Vanguard. passing the turn. And they could potentially play something big here. Or they scoop it up. Hell yeah. All right, sweet. So, game 3, I think we keep things as is. Moment of Craving could be okay for their little threats, but we have plenty of removal as is. I think we just run it back. Nothing to see here, baby. All right, round 3 up against our opponent, Adrian here. On the draw, of course. And let's see what our hand is. Hopefully something playable. Gotta love that expert commentary. That's what you guys came here for sure. All right. This hand is pretty solid. We got a 1-drop into some Ruble and a Sorin. All our mana is available this time around, so we'll keep this one. Hopefully our opponent can't go off to a fast start. Lana rolls turn 1 every time. Gotta love it. All right, Swamp, Knight, pass turn. See if they throw down any like rule spellbreakers or anything. Nope, just gonna go for a shock. All right, fair enough. Get in for 1. Given that that was their play, I think I will Baffling End this thing. They didn't have a 3-drop last turn, so it's likely they don't have a 3-drop this turn. Unless they just really wanted to get rid of the Knight, the Ebon Legion. Alright, guess we were wrong. Fair enough. I guess I just cast this thing down. Play Plains. We are a little bit light on threats now. That is for sure.
For me, it's just business.
Plus on Domri.
What's that? Something smells rotten.
No lands.
Wait, that might be me.
Nope, Vampire. That was a close one. I'm gonna go ahead and throw down Knight, Ebon Legion, and Sorin. Nice little double spell turn. Go ahead and plus on our Knight. Get him up to a 2-3. Next turn we got Alenda. We can buff up our team a little bit more. And hopefully they don't have like any more 5s or anything like that. Would like to find some more removal spells, some exile stuff for them. Alright, Lightning Strike, man. They're just on mono removal, it seems.
I bow to
Which I guess we'll live with. Because it looks like they are stuck. Alright. Vampire. Alenda. Plussing. I guess we could have minus there to get down Dedanto, but I wouldn't want to see like a Gruul Spellbreaker come down. Lava Coil. Man, they just got all the answers. Okay, fair enough.
Oh,
Not a whole lot we can do about that. Whew. Okay. Let's destroy Domri.
Oh, you haven't seen the last of me.
That takes Domri off the field. Now they're definitely stuck at 3 unless they can find a land, which of course they did. And there's the Phoenix. God damn it. Alright. Ooh, we forgot to do the thing. Okay. Mistakes were made. We won't even get the life back now. That's super unfortunate. We made a mistake. Yep. Just gonna cast this thing down. Doesn't feel great. Especially not getting that life back. That could potentially cost us the game. Who knows?
This is but a taste of my power.
There's the opening up the 5. Now they got the Hellkite. Ugh. Not ideal. jump on in for 6. Getting a bunch of life back, which feels good. Throw down Legion's Landing. We should be at a lot more life right now, but that's okay. I feel like Sorin is in pretty good shape here. Sitting at 9 loyalty is pretty solid. And this Dante's gonna keep coming in. Oh no. That actually solves the Sorin problem. Yeah, passing the turn. Ooh, opponents finding their ideal draws, and we're not finding much of anything. They are on a 2-turn clock, for whatever that's worth. We're at 20. What can we find here that's gonna help us? Removal for the Skargans, of course. More Sorins would be nice. Ooh, this is a tough one, though. Getting it for 5. Getting it for 9 here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Next turn they potentially kill us. We don't have a way to gain life. And a Druid. Man, they just got all the blockers. All the removal. Sorin was a good one. Does Sorin save us? I think Sorin does save us. For a turn, potentially? Yeah, I think Sorin has to. We have to plus Sorin, giving this thing lifelink so that it will gain us enough life to survive. Because we go up to this goes up to 7, we go up to 18, go back down to 9. They have to block this with at least one of these things, and then they can do it once. Potentially 4. Yeah, I'm just gonna get in there. Alright, now they for sure can't do it for more than once. We get a bunch of life. Passing the turn, I'm not gonna reveal our hand quite yet. And our Dante Vanguard's quite big. I mean, you can actually just attack through any of these things. Yep, attacking Sorin. And they're going to use their turn to destroy it, I'm guessing. 1 and 1. Seems legit. We got plenty of ways. Plenty of outs for this, though. Hopefully they can draw a 1-drop or something. Land, of course. Ugh. Just can't catch a break here. Gotta do it. 1 dragon down. Flooding out a little bit here. As you can see. It's like they're in attack. That means they have blockers. Nullhide Ferox. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. That's a blocker. Oh man. So we actually can't mine it. We can't actually activate a Dante Vanguard here. Because we go to 6, then we attack for 2, kills us. So just have to let that go through. That's super annoying. Alright, passing the turn. We gotta find a removal spell for this Skargan Hellcat, like, right now. Flooding out here towards the end, not finding our removal. I think we have 3 removal spells we've used. Opponent just kind of managed to draw out of it, it looks like. That's super annoying. Super, super annoying. Oh well. Yeah, I don't know what we could draw here. Land. Alright, GG. Bummer, dude. Alright, well, that was a good game, though. Those were fun games. 3 and 1 with Vampires 1.5. So far, I still think the deck is very good. I think we had plenty of time to win that game. We just kind of flooded out towards the end. We didn't really find enough pressure. So, I don't know, maybe we sideboarded wrong. Let me know in the comments. What's up, guys? Will here. Sorry to interrupt the video. Hope you were enjoying it, but unfortunately, somehow during the changeover from formatting and all that stuff, managed to somehow lose the last round in its entirety. Not sure exactly what happened, how that happened, no idea. So super sorry you guys didn't get to see that 5th and final match. We did, unfortunately, spoiler alert, lose it to Symbiote Manipulation, a deck we beat earlier in this video. So, you know, it was some good games, there's some hard-fought battles, but I think we lost it in 3. In any case, hope you guys enjoyed those first four matches, and I just wanted to kind of do an overview of the deck before we wrapped up this video. Basically, I think Vampires is a great deck. We went 3-2 in matches. I think we definitely could have gone 4-1 or better had we just had some more fortuitous draws. The deck is very sweet. I think Sorin, Imperious Bloodlord, has given this archetype a ton of life. It has so many great abilities. It's a really awesome curve on 3. Just lets you make your little dudes bigger and more useful at any point in the game. It allows you to bring in these expensive vampires that you normally wouldn't be able to play. So overall, I just really think Sorin is a great card. I think this deck is pretty strong. I'm excited to see how it evolves as we go through the metagame. Of course, M20 kind of just came out, so we don't really know what the metagame's going to look like. So we'll see if Vampires has any staying power as we move along these next few months before rotation. But again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Super sorry that we lost that last match. I hope you guys liked what you saw. And if you did, please consider liking this video, subscribing, ring that bell so you get those notifications, leave a comment in the things below downstairs, and I'll be leaving all of my social links and Twitch stuff so that you can catch me doing this stuff live. Let me know what you thought of the deck. Let me know what you thought of my play. Hopefully it was to your liking. And I will hopefully see y'all in the next video. Later, guys.